That's what. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Dai go Premanandi
Hari Hari Bol
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Goswamine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashkatya Deshatalini Adi Lila, chapter 2, verse 37.
Nidana tumi sarvasraya Nidana tumi sarvasraya
Akajiz.
Privi Yachegata Kulera Karana Shraya Jive Nidana tumi sarvasraya Priviya Chegata Kulera Karana Shraya Jivera Nidana Tumi Sarvashraya
Prithvi, the earth. Yeche, just as. Gata, of earthen pots. Kulera, of the multitude. Karana, the cause. Ashraya, the shelter. Jivera, of the living entities. Nidana, root cause. Tumi, you. Tumi, you. Sarva Ashraya, shelter of all. Translation. As the earth is the original cause and shelter of all pots made of earth, so you are the ultimate cause and shelter of all living beings. Previous verse was, all the living beings within the material and spiritual worlds are ultimately born of you, for you are the super soul of them all. As the earth is the original cause and shelter of all pots made of earth, so you are the ultimate cause and shelter of all living beings. Brahma is here speaking to Lord Krishna, giving him proof that even as a current boy, Lord Krishna, he is still the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is his father. Therefore, he should be kind with his purport by Srila Prabhupada. As the vast earth is the source for the ingredients of all earthen pots, So the Supreme Soul is the source for the complete substance of all individual living entities. The cause of all causes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the cause of the living entities. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.10, where the Lord says, Vijayanam Sarvabhutanam. I am the seed of all living entities. And in the Upanishad, which say, Nityo Nityanam Chetanash Chetananam. The Lord is the supreme leader among all eternal living beings. The Lord is the reservoir of all cosmic manifestation, animate and inanimate. The advocates of Vishishabhedava philosophy explain the Vedanta Sutra by saying that although the living entity has two kinds of bodies, subtle, mind, intelligence, and foreseeable, and gross, five basic elements, and although he thus lives in three bodily dimensions, gross, subtle, and spiritual, he is nevertheless a spiritual soul. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who emanates the material and spiritual worlds, is the Supreme Spirit. As an individual spirit soul is almost identical with gross and subtle bodies, so the Supreme Lord is almost identical to the material and spiritual worlds. The material world, full of conditioned souls trying to lord it over matter, is a manifestation of the external energy of the Supreme Lord, and the spiritual world, full of perfect servitors of the Lord, is a manifestation of his internal energy. Since all living entities are minute sparks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the Supreme Soul in both material and spiritual worlds. Vaishnavas, following Lord Chaitanya, stress the doctrine of Achintya Veda Aveda Tattva, which states that the Supreme Lord, being the cause and effect of everything, is inconceivably simultaneously one with his manifestation of energy and not different from them. Hare Krishna. So, Krishna consciousness is simple and sublime. Yes. For those who are simple and who have a perception of sublime reality. Yes, simple for the simple and difficult or complicated for the complicated mind. Does this mean that we are simpleton? Simpleton is the English word. That just, we are not very intelligent or educated. No. Vaishnavas are both transcendentally in their heart simple and sublime in their perception of God. And also, they are also very deep in knowledge, Gyan, Sambandha Gyan, Bhakti Gyan. Not speculation about the truth, but receiving and transmitting the truth as it is, as they receive it from above, from God Himself, through scriptures, and given to us through a chain of bona fide devotees, spiritual masters. So devotees are both simple and sublime as their soul, and very deep and knowledgeable in knowledge, in Sambandha Gyan. Why? Well, because when you know God, and you know God only through bhakti, through devotion, through love, devotional service, then you know everything. Evam vigate sarvam, evam vigata mahanti. absolute truth, then you know everything. And knowing God means bhakti. Bhakti is very natural. We are eternally the servant of Krishna, of God. And this is satisfying for the soul who looks for and needs some loving relationships, reciprocation. So yeah, devotees, Vaishnavas, are fully satisfied in this simple relationship of servants of the ultimate master, Krishna. And they are also very knowledgeable. Why? Because for two reasons. One is they have to be on the path of gradual purification and realization. They have to be always regular, confident, convinced, enthusiastic, patient. And this, for that, this knowledge of a relationship, who we are and what is our relationship with God, with everything, has to be very clear in our mind and intelligence. And the second reason is for others. The devotee naturally develop nice qualities, titikshava karmika, of a saintly person, and therefore he is in love with Krishna, and he is simultaneously compassionate for those who don't have this nice relationship with Krishna in their heart. Therefore, he needs to awaken them from tamas, from ignorance, from suffering. Yes, conditioned souls covered by ignorance think that they are happy. They are happy fighting against problems, struggle for life. That's all. This is the so-called happiness of material life. Struggle against sufferings and problems. Problems are adhyatmic, adibhutic, adidevic, coming from our own body or mind, coming from other living entities, and coming from natural forces. And this is problems to solve. And suffering is birth, death, old age, disease. So what is life for somebody identifying with this material life? Struggle against problems and sufferings. And some the illusion of little drops of sense pleasure, sense gratification, very difficult to obtain and very temporary also. So to convince, to take away from this ignorance that, oh yes, life is nice in natural world, devotees have feelings for these suffering conditioned souls, and they have to have sound knowledge, not just sentimental, which doesn't solve really any problem, at least doesn't solve them deeply and for a long time, very superficial. But we must present for those who are inquiring about truth or God or spiritual matters, we must have sound knowledge. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave both simple and sublime relationship, knowledge of relationship, experience of relationship, pratyaksha, sagamam dharmam, susukam, katum, madhyam, of a relationship with Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And he also gave us very deep understanding, philosophical knowledge of ignorance and knowledge. Krishna Surya Sam, Maya Ayandaka, light and obscurity. So this is why we find this verse, verses at the beginning of Adi Lila, the life, story and teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by Krishnadas Gopaswami. He is giving us sound knowledge, sambandhagyan, about who we are, what is this world, what is beyond, before birth, after death, beyond the matter, what is spirit, and what is the ultimate cause of all causes. These questions are deep, and specifically here, it is spoken about the cause and effects. If you know the cause, then you can understand really and fully the effects. It means that we don't know the connection and we may go in the wrong direction. So effect and cause, or really cause and effects are to be known. And it is very difficult to understand the cause and effect of this world, cause and effect of life. Very difficult to understand. Why? Manushyam Sashu Kachit Yadati Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he says yes. Very difficult. Not many people can know that. And certainly not Yatata Sidaye Kashiman Vetidata. Not many can understand the ultimate cause and its relationship with this world and with us. Why? Because the cause and the effects, there must be some similarity, some equality. In the effects, you cannot have something which is not in the cause, right? Everything comes from the original cause. Then the effects doesn't have something different or separate. So how can we make one, in this sense, of the ultimate cause, which is eternal, all, perfect, absolute. Absolute means, there's nothing against, asamodva, nothing is same, nothing is above. How can we make this perfect, transcendental reality, absolute truth, and this imperfect manifestation of temporary world with struggle for life, suffering like that? How can we be different? Just like how can you put simultaneously heat and cold? Either the sun is warm or is cold. It cannot be both. It doesn't work like that. This is inconceivable. So this is a reality. We have a supreme absolute truth. Atmarama, perfect in himself, eternal, beyond time and limitations. And we have a limited, imperfect world and life for living entities, and it is linked, the cause and the effect. So how can it be warm and cold simultaneously? How can it be perfect and imperfect? It doesn't work together. It seems it doesn't work, but only through, and it is called inconceivable truth of one and different. This is inconceivable, and therefore, as Krishna said first in Bhagavad Gita, you can understand this absolute truth, which I am, Krishna, only through transcendental devotion. Bhaktyama Nabijanati Yavanyashasmi Tadvata. Otherwise, you cannot understand this relationship, Sambandhagyan. You cannot. You can speculate from your tiny conditioned brain as as Dr. Frog in his little pond can speculate about the length and breadth of the ocean, but he cannot conceive it. It's impossible from his little position to see an unlimited greatness of the ocean. So it's only through transcendental devotional service that the inconceivable reality can be understood, and this is what is explained here. And in all scriptures, like it is said here, that in Bhagavad Gita 7.10, the Lord says, Bijamam Sarva Bhutanam. I am the seed of all living entities. Yes. So we are living entities, that we know, and we are engaged in struggle for life. And Krishna is also a living entity, God, but he is not engaged in struggle for life. He is fully, eternally perfect and fully blissful. Atmarama, Atmakama, he doesn't need anything. He's Satchitananda. This is a fact. The Supreme Absolute Truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he is the seed of all living entities, Vichamam Sarvabhutanam. And also, Prabhupada quotes Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Nityo Nityanam Chetana Chetananam. He is the supreme leader among all the eternal living beings. This is the difference. He is a soul, supreme soul, but he is a supreme leader. Obviously, there is a difference. We are dependent of the Supreme. We are not able to be independent, fully independent. We have little independence, okay, this and that. But we are not fully independent. We did not choose to come in this world. Just like before, yeah, okay, I want to come. Or when we appear, I've chosen, a baby, and I chose to come in this world. No, we just come in full ignorance what I'm doing here, and we don't, and we don't want to die. We don't want to be suffering or to grow old, but we are dependent of the laws of nature, which are originally controlled by the Supreme Law. So yes, there is a difference, and so to follow the purport, Prabhupada quotes the Vishishtaddvaitavad philosophy. It is one of the Vaishnava philosophy. I'm not sure, probably one. Ramanujacharya. Yeah, Madhacharya was quite strong for to separate God from the living entity, to make it clear. It's two. But Ramanuja, and after, by the mercy of Madhacharya, Ramanuja could unite both these inconceivable Vishishta, qualifying difference. And Prabhupada gives, Ramanuja gives this, the living entity are two kinds of body that we know, subtle body, mind, intelligence, and forcible, and gross body, and physical, and he lives in three bodily dimensions, gross, subtle, and spiritual. But he is a spirit soul, really, actually. So he said, okay, we're living in three dimensions. We're living on the physical level, we're living on the subtle level, mental, intellectual, that. And we're living also on the spiritual, more or less, like that, understand, some link with the Supreme, doing some yoga, trying something. But ultimately, the real truth, when we are completely purified, we are not the subtle body, the mind, we are not the gross body, we are eternal spirit souls, Satchitananda. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with the source of the material and spiritual world is the Supreme Spirit. So it's interesting. As an individual, spiritual is almost identical to his growth and subtle Buddhist in his life. So the Supreme Lord is almost identical to the material and spiritual worlds. Almost. Yeah. So it is important today to know these two different so-called philosophies. One is speculation, the other one is transcendental philosophy. One is Mayavad or impersonal, the other one is devotional revelation of the Absolute Truth, Krishna. In technical terms, it's good to know the terms, at least, to hear them. One is Vivartavad, false reality. The other one is Parinam, Parinamba. The reality is emanations. This means that for the impersonalist speculators, Mayavadi, who don't take to devotion to Krishna, so devotional service, they speculate on some kind of transcendent truth beyond dualities, and since you cannot unite this transcendental truth with this imperfect world and imperfect life, they just put it aside. It's false, doesn't exist, just an illusion, Maya. They are Mayavadi. They put it as false, doesn't exist. Parinam, this is the philosophy of coming through devotion, revelation from the Lord, from the scriptures. It's emanation. Parasya Shakti, Vidya Shuyate. Parasya Shakti, Vidya Shuyate. Anyway, the Lord has the absolute truth, has also energies. Image given of the sun with the original absolute truth of this world, and he has also energies, heat and light, different but simultaneously different. One. Heat and light cannot be conceived separately from the sun, and the sun cannot be conceived separately from heat and light. But one leader, that's the sun, and there's some dependent heat and light. So same, we are also energy of the Lord. And therefore, we are coming from the Supreme Cause, we are the same, nothing. But there is difference. Just like the sun is producing obscurity, what's the name in English? Darkness. The sun is producing darkness. How is it? Because it has different energies. By heat, it's producing cloud, and if you look to the cloud, not to the sun through the cloud, you see darkness. You see shadow, darkness. So the same. The Lord has different energies, spiritual and material. Material is separated from Him in the sense, it's not separated, that He doesn't enjoy anything material. Enjoy conscious reciprocation with spiritual energy, with living entities. But if we living entities, we turn to the Lord or to any kind of truth or happiness, truth is happiness, through Maya, through darkness, material life, then we see, we don't see absolute light or the Lord. So we are emanations, the energies of the Supreme Lord. Parasya Shakti Vidya Shuyate. And otherwise, the speculation on this inconceivable unity of the Lord and His dependent energies leads to not very intelligent, not very deep speculations. Mayavadi are not very intelligent just conceive of the other side of material life. Nothing transcendental really, just negation of material and matter, material life and matter. So this is very restricted, and this is very widely false, dangerous, because that closes the relationship with transcendental devotional service and God as a person and our real nature. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya said, Mayavadi Bhashya Shunile Salvanash. If you enter through in the path of speculation, like the Mayavadi, Shunile, if you then Salvanash, you are finished. Your devotion will be finished. Because speculation puts you on an equal level as Krishna, as God. No? And it is not like that. You are not equal, we are not equal. And therefore, if you put yourself on the path of speculation without devotion, then you are outside of the realization of the truth, what we are, and how to, the beginning at least, how to be free from the struggle of life. This is a beginning of spiritual life. Stop this struggle for life. So how to be free, Prabhupada said, how to be free from the influence of material time, beyond time. It is nice, yes. And this is possible only through the transcendental devotional path. Yanira Vindaksha Vimukta Manina. Don't just speculate on the truth, on happiness, on God. Because you may go to some imagination and then you will fall down again. But don't do that. So this Vivartanam is very condemned in all the Shastra, in all the scriptures. Avajananti Mamuda, Manusintanu Mashuta. Krishna said, those who are muda, not very intelligent, and rascal, because they will do anything after for sense gratification. They put themselves in the center, not as servant of God, and when you are in the center, in material life, you are ready to do anything for your sense gratification. All kinds of nonsense and rascal, violent activities, both toward ourselves and toward others, everything, towards Lord in your heart. So, Muda, fools and rascals. If you are not, if you put yourself on equal level with God, with Krishna, speculating, rejecting devotion. But on the other path, Parinam Bad, through revelation, humble position of a servant, like Brahma, the first living conditioned soul. He wanted to know what is this darkness, what is that? And humbly, he asked, through meditation, Atato Brahma Jigyasa, and then he received the answer, Tapa and everything after. So we have to receive the answer. We have to have a devotee has full faith that if he asks, there will be answer. There will be an answer. What is the song? There will be an answer. Yes, and maybe more seriously, Lord Jesus, he said, if you knock the door, there will be an answer. C'est en français, je sais plus, la Bible. Hein? Frappez et on vous ouvrira. Yeah, knock the door and somebody will, not somebody, God will open the door for you. So devotee is one who has full faith, although he is, start with full ignorance. If we humbly ask, where are you? Oh my Lord, how can I connect with you, understand you, serve you, love you, and join you in your eternal full happiness life? Then, yes, the answer is coming. It is because it doesn't come from foolish speculation. The answer becomes easy. Easy, susukam kartumam vekam. Easy and clear and wow, sublime. All of a sudden, you knock the door, and knock again. Where are you? Where are you? Oh God, what is this? I'm suffering. I would like to be again your servant, and someone, boom, finally up, the door open, and full light, simple, sublime, very easy, very clear. Yes, here is Krishna. No, what is that? Maya Shakta, Maya Partha, Yoga Yunjad Shaya. Through this, Asam Shayam Samagamam, s'il y a de la syntaxe chez nous. Yeah, Asam Shayam Samagamam. All of a sudden, by this spontaneous attachment to the service of the Krishna, no more doubt, complete knowledge. This is the reward of humble devotional service. Yasya deve para bhakti yate deve tata lakshite katita yarta prakashanti mahatmana. Yasya deve tata. By full faith and expectation or submission to the Lord and to his representative, to his devotee, spiritual master, then automatically, without big big austerities and brain very simply, because of this attitude, everything is automatically revealed. This is a very nice process, and it has to be experiment for those who are simple. And this is how Chaitanya taught us. He said, Gyane Prayasham, first you give up this foolish, proud mentality of speculating on absolute truth which is beyond your brain. First you give up speculation. This is the first step in coming to the blissful reality of Krishna consciousness. Give up mental speculation, give up pride, and stanestita shutigatam tanovan manobia, remain as you are, whatever you are, you are a little conditioned soul, a little fallen, or you are a big rascal, very much fallen. Remain what you are. Don't try to be more than you are, materially speaking. Not to be like others, no. And shooting at them, just listen to the Lord. Listen to His kind mercy, revelation that He gives, through scriptures, through the sadhus, through the spiritual master, and by this attitude, yes, the devotee is convinced. Yes, Krishna will give me everything what I need, and I don't have to become a big scholar, Sanskrit, yogi, Gyani, this or that. No. Bhaktyatanyaya Shakya Ahamido Juna Yatum Chastum Chatat Bena Praveshtum Chaparantapa Bhagavad Gita again and everywhere. Krishna said, only through this attitude of receiving submissively the mercy of the Lord, then it is a very, very elevated, powerful, and complete true path. And this is a path of the soul, the real path of the soul, not the path of imagination of the mind, conditioned mind. So, still, it is not so easy to give up this mental speculation and remain always as a submissive hearing from bona fide devotee authority. Not so easy. Prabhupada said, this speculation, mental speculation, is the last snare of Maya, last snare of illusion. You know, you get out of the little snare, little illusions. I am not the body, okay, I have understood that. And there is some transcendental reality beyond. Okay, I have understood that. Okay, that's finished. I stop there. And then I try to speculate on how to link my suffering life, ignorant life, with this transcendental cause, you know, the effects and the cause. And okay, it must be, you know, just, it's false, that's all. And then you forget about serving. About serving the Supreme Lord. And this is the last snare. And it makes you very, a great illusion, because you become very attached. Become attached to material sense gratification is very difficult, and to really detach from that. But to become detached from the last snare of illusion, that I am God, you know, I am the universe. Let's become peaceful, happy, loving. We are all one. You are all, you know, the universe. We are everything. You know, this is modern Mayavad, New Age, things like that. You know, same thing. And it is very difficult to be detached from that. Therefore, Prabhupada said, be careful not to go on this path, because it's very difficult to klesho dikatarashte sham, avyaktashat shitasam. Krishna said also, very difficult to actually understand spiritual reality, basic even, through that. And when you have understood some basic truths, you know, we are not the body, and there is some transcendence, and you are proud, you know, I have understood what is spiritual, you know, I am this and that. Then if you want to go beyond, you go, oh, you are attracted by Krishna consciousness, you know, it looks, interesting, spurious and joyful. It will be very difficult for those speculators to give up their impersonal conception. Very difficult, yes. Not impossible, but very difficult, yes. But through submissive hearing, bona fide spiritual master, anybody can, any time in life, receive the mercy, being freed from material sense gratification and mental speculation. So this is some spiritual knowledge that we receive to conclude. Again, as our wonderful teacher Prabhupada said, we understand Krishna, the Supreme Absolute Truth, Supreme Personality of Godhead, only through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna said, very difficult to understand me. Manusharam Saraseshu, Guya Taram. Guya is a secret that we are not, for those who are conditioned by attachment to sense gratification, is a secret. You are not the body. You are on the wrong path. You are a spirit. You know. And then another one, Guya Taram. And there is also a supreme spirit. There is Paramatma. So you are not supreme. In a relationship. But Guya Taram, Krishna, I am the supreme person. I am the supreme absolute truth. Krishna, Bhagavan. So to understand Krishna, his supreme secret confidential truth, very difficult. But through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everything becomes easy and not less sublime. In fact, it's even more sublime because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Mahavadanya Avatar, he gave us the realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his most attractive feature, most direct, as Braj Brajananda, the Sheri, the Vrindavan, the Lord, the Lord of all the inhabitants of Vrindavan, and he gave us how to link with those lovers of Vrindavan, the eternal associates of Krishna. Just serve them. Don't become directly a servant of Krishna. Don't become Brajavasi, Gopa, Gopi. Become a servant. Gopi, Bharta, Gopalakmaya. Das, no das. And then there's no difference on the absolute platform. Yeah. And yes, Lord Chaitanya, he gave this knowledge in a very easy and sublime way for Kali Yuga, happy way, this access to revelation through chanting the name of God. And for those who could understand this transcendental philosophy, then he gave this Bhakti Gyan, Bhakti Sambandha Gyan, knowledge of our relationship with Krishna. He gave it to philosophical-minded devotees like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Prakashananda Saraswati, and although they were very much into this last snare of Maya, very attached to their imperfect, incomplete, and false realization ultimately, and very attached. They got some Brahmananda, some not bliss, but no more suffering, only, and some pride, everybody was listening to them and like that, were detached from duality temporarily. But still, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with his knowledge and mercy, he could take them away from this last snare of Maya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Prakashananda Saraswati, and those great logicians and respected teachers like that. Next day, they were, jumping, dancing, Haribo, or forgetting their rules about Smarta, Brahmin rules, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, jumping on the Mahaprasad before taking his shower, Lord Chaitanya is very kind. He's giving us an enthusiastic, sublime path of chanting, dancing, and realizing the sweetness of Krishna in Vrindavan. And he's also giving us, because of our giving up speculation, he's giving us revelation of knowledge, philosophical knowledge. Achintya Veda Aveda Tattva. Yes, in Krishna, warm and cold can be reconciled simultaneously. It's achintya, it's inconceivable for speculators. It's very clear and simple for devotees. I try to think of that. Okay, any question?
The Jiva is Satchitananda, the knowledge, Chit knowledge. The knowledge of the Jiva is partial or is full knowledge and it's kind of realized.
Okay. Knowledge of the Jiva Chit is partial or full. Anything pertaining to the Jiva has to be understood and conceived through relationship with the Supreme Jiva, the Supreme Soul of Krishna, as servant. So, whatever it is, Sat, eternity, Chit, knowledge, or Ananda, bliss, has to be understood rightly in his relationship with God, with Krishna, the Supreme Ashraya, Supreme Shelter. Therefore, the knowledge of the Jiva is full in his relationship with Krishna. Yes, is full in his relationship with Krishna. I mean, we as long as we remain dependent and servant of Krishna, this is our relationship, then we are in full light. Krishna Sri But with full knowledge, if we misuse our independence and turn towards the cloud of Maya, then Maya is temporarily covering this full knowledge relationship and showing us into the conception of independence and the lording it over matter, being a little lord, not a servant. So yeah, that was.
What will be the meaning of knowledge? What will be the basic knowledge and relation with Krishna?
Knowledge is how to act and to be happy. This is, how to act to be happy. Ignorance is you don't know how to act, and boom, you're in the dark and you bump against the wall. And you try another way, and boom, and you fall in the ditch. Knowledge, you know how to act because you see or because you follow somebody who sees. Go there, turn right, this and that, you don't see them. And you don't suffer like that. And also you become happy, finally, open the door and you see the light. So knowledge is very important. If you have knowledge, you cannot act, you cannot be happy. It's part of the spiritual. Some bit.
It feels sometimes when we talk about full knowledge, there is no gap for spontaneity, or like if I say, or you say something, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. We go to the spiritual world, yes, I know that. It's no gap for like, wow,
knowledge
surprising.
You may not see or you may not reflect, what I'm supposed to do in the spiritual world, what I'm supposed to do now. No, it's spontaneous. So that doesn't mean that knowledge is no more there. Sat Chit Ananda, there is these three, Sambhi, Sandhini, and Ladini Shakti, and Samvit is the knowledge. It is part of the energy, the nature of the soul, but because it is naturally attracted to devotional service to Krishna, it is not separated from your activities. Spirit solely acts spontaneously out of service to Krishna. That means the knowledge is there. For us, we need to manifest it. But the gopis, Gopal, they don't go to school, they don't listen to Srimad Bhagavatam every day. They are practicing Srimad Bhagavatam spontaneous, naturally. But knowledge is part of soul. Three energy, spiritual energy. Sambit, knowledge, Sandhini, existence, and Ladini, happiness, spiritual. And Krishna is giving us subordinate portion of this energy to that little portion. Maybe I'm sure it's okay, that's all right.
Full knowledge, what will be full knowledge?
Full knowledge of the dependent part and parcel of Krishna. Yes. Not full knowledge. We cannot have full knowledge as Krishna or of Krishna. We have full knowledge of our service to Krishna. And even Krishna, as we say, Krishna, even although all-knowing, all-powerful, he doesn't know himself fully. He knows himself fully, and next step in eternity, he increased his Anandamaya Vyasa, and then he knows, and like that, it's inconceivable, unlimited knowledge and bliss, eternity like that. So we cannot know Krishna in full. But we know our relationship, we know our service, it is given to us. And if Krishna gives us something, we know.
Yeah.
And this is full, because by relationship, the minute related to the infinite, or the spirit soul related to Krishna, when it is related, it's full. You are full. We are not complete full, but we are the part full.
I like that thing.
Yeah. And we chant Hare Krishna, oh, phew, you feel full. You don't feel full, but you feel full, complete. Okay, I think it's time. Yeah, any question? No, it's okay. Thank you very much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki
Jai. Gopaswami Prabhu ki
Jai.
jai.